After 3 drama-filled days, Team Europe are on the precipice at the Palace. They're just 2 points away from victory. Can Team USA dust off the disappointment of last night and stage a miracle at the Moscone?
After the capitulation in Coventry, the Americans are hoping for a Lazarus in London. Let's get it on. The Americans have come to play. They have made a big early statement.
Team Europe find themselves 2-0 down.
Europe have finally got their first point on the board.
This is going to be a cracking match. What a performance from Shaw and Al-Qaedi. A whitewash, no less. For the first time.
The Americans have come out fighting. Tyler Steyer has taken them higher and higher.
They are buzzing.
Got ourselves a Moscone Cup on here.
If Europe are 6-3 down overnight, that is genuinely worrying for them. If it's 5-4, then that's manageable. Al-Qaedi jumps in the air, the crowd explode in excitement and noise. What a comeback in the final doubles. The explosion of collective emotion. The emotion is all European, positive that is. The negative emotion is the Americans.
Don't believe what I'm seeing here. He's been called for a time foul. It's a clean sweep for Europe tonight. And they are just 2 points away from retaining the Moscone Cup. What drama, what excitement, what tension, what a Friday night we could have. It looks as though it's going to end with Europe winning. The USA will be so determined to make a fight of it now.
What a few days we've had here at Alexandra Palace. It all comes down to tonight, though. After a clean sweep for Europe on day 3, the US team are looking to stage one of the biggest comebacks in Moscone Cup history. You can't be wearing red in this arena if you're a European fan tonight, Christmas jumper day or not. A very warm welcome along to the 4th and final day of the 2021 Kazoo Moscone Cup. We're live from Alexandra Palace. Yes, good to have you with us this evening ahead of what will be a fantastic evening of pool alongside me, as they have been all week, is former world number 1 Kelly Fisher and a man who's won the Moscone Cup 8 times with Team Europe, Niels Fire. Now, look, we've got to start with the way things ended last night. Still reeling from what happened. Niels, Team Europe were dominant last night, but we are talking about the US captain still today. Jeremy Jones was almost there in that final match, looking to win back a crucial point, and it just all went wrong in the most sensational of manners.
Yeah, I think it was the wreck of the Moscone Cup ever, the best wreck ever played. I think they each had 12 to 15 innings at the table, tactical warfare at the highest level. I think it was the most beautiful thing we've seen the whole evening, the whole year in pool, and then to end it that way, we will never know if that ball would have went in. It was just...
In case you missed it yesterday evening, this is what happened. This final rack that was going on forever, and at the 12-second mark, Jeremy Jones on this shot asked for the cue ball to be cleaned, but look, that clock is still going down. Jeremy Jones unaware that that wouldn't mean an immediate pause of the clock. He got a time foul. It meant the ball went back to David Al-Qaedi, who then did the business. And Kelly, you can see that the disbelief, the confusion, just pure frustration as well from Jeremy Jones. How did this happen?
Incredible. First of all, we're obviously clear to see that Jeremy really thought that the time clock, shot clock stopped when he asked for the cue ball to be cleaned. However, as we all know, it does not. It continues. And Jeremy just didn't allocate for that. I was waiting for one of the teammates from America to shout into him, to help him along with it. It didn't happen. Therefore, foul, ball in hand, and so sad, so disappointing, and such a way to end what was a bad day already for the USA. It ended up being a really sad day also.
Well, it meant the whole session went the way of Team Europe. 5 points on the board in a row. And Niels, from Jeremy Jones's perspective, he wasn't expecting to play this week, but that's not really an excuse for not quite knowing that the clock wouldn't stop, is it?
Yeah, it's. I don't want to be offensive against Jeremy, but that's something every player should know. I think it's just the heat of the moment. I mean, it must have been a very draining rack for him also. It took a lot out of him this entire week already. He just had a mental lapse, that's all. He just let it slip for just basically 10 seconds, and it cost him the match. And it would have been something amazing there if he would have won, made it 8-6. It would have been a heroic story. He's a hero for me anyway after that performance. But it would have been, it would have completed the story.
It was a tactical masterclass, it has to be said, that final rack. David Arcady then potting the 9 ball, and it has to be said that he was very humble in victory. Look, a wry shake of the head there. Didn't feel quite like the win it could have, the way it went down. But we look ahead to day 4. Friday is day 4, about to say day 5. And we've got plenty to come your way if it goes the distance. It's a race to 11, don't forget. So we get things underway with a fans' choice doubles matchup, and then it is singles all the way this evening. Team Europe just need 2 points on the board. Team USA would be looking to stage a monumental comeback. And Niels, both of these captains have really front-loaded their strongest players early on.
Yeah, that's what you can see right away. Also Europe, they're throwing out the big guns, trying to finish it early. But also USA, I think it's a fantastic lineup. The first 4 matches, they can go either way, and then maybe you're going deeper in the players that have been struggling perhaps a little bit. But even Chris, he had good moments, and also Jeremy played awesome. Alpin recovered yesterday. Kachi played well. So I mean, there's still a lot to play for. Europe's not out of the woods yet with this lineup.
If the fans' choice match, Kelly, goes the way of Team Europe, it will then fall to Jason Shaw in that first singles match. Now, we've been loving watching him, watching his teammates, orchestrating the crowd. It would be something of a fairy tale ending if it fell to Jason Shaw, would it not?
It would be for Jason, that's for sure. Jason, this is in his element here in the Mosconi Cup, the atmosphere, the crowd. It's Jason's showcase, and if he were to be able to win the winning match to lift the trophy, you won't see anybody celebrate quite the way like Jason Shaw can celebrate. So I think that would be epic.
Wouldn't it just be that there's plenty that can happen before that? Still all to fight for. Earlier today, Michael Bridge sat down with both team captains.
We're in a position we got to pounce. We got to gain some momentum and carry it through. Told the guys this morning we got to dig in. Just like from the start, but it's a little different when it gets to that last day and you're down a little bit. But yeah, we got to pounce.
We lost our discipline a little bit towards the end. David still managed to win that match with a little luck, the misfortune for Jeremy Jones. All the celebratory things. So we got to stay clinical, be sharp, and finish it quick.
I tried to watch a little things last night, just like I did the days before, of myself and the other players to try and learn a few things, and woke up to seeing some nice words on the socials from David, and told him earlier I thank him so much, and all the Euros really last night, of course my team included, but all the Euros were great. Probably a once in a lifetime kind of feeling in professional sports you get, so hats off to them.
If you're around the game, as long as we all have been, if you don't capitalize on moments like those, then you're not going to win any tournaments.
I sure wanted to shoot that 6 ball to see what would have happened, because I had to shoot it real delicate with a lot of spin. That's all I thought about last night when I couldn't sleep, is wondering if I'd have made it or not.
The fans are great. The first 2 days I wasn't enjoying it because we weren't performing. They were, they had the better of us. And then if you're set out there, it's not enjoyable. But then we found a new gear. So now life is good again.
I wanted to say two things though. That
you.